Annette Alston, Newton County citizen. You know, this is concerning the Babbers-Cooper situation, and it's always been said that Black people have always had to have twice the qualifications of their white counterpart before even being considered for a position. And tonight, you've proven that that's not even enough. You had an opportunity to seat an apparent world-class administrator for the position of county manager. Cooper may be a nice guy. I don't know. Never met him, never met Babbers. But you have some explaining to do on this one, because I don't think Newton County residents are going to sit idly by while you disrespect this management position, or the residents that certainly deserve more than what Cooper has in comparison to Babbers. What's the point of even submitting resumes if the qualifications don't matter? You all seem like reasonable men when you want to be, right? I would have loved to see one of the commissioners that voted against Babbers lay out the reason that Cooper was chosen as eloquently as Ms. Sanders laid out why you should have voted for Babbers. We're confused. The people of Newton County are deeply confused. Please explain. And if you can't, please rescind your vote and reconsider Babbers. Mr. Edwards, you shook your head when Ms. Sanders said, you all don't want another educated Black woman connected to this board. And I'm guessing that you thought that was inflammatory. But when the media shines light at these two sets of qualifications, what have you done? What have you done or will you do to dispel that thought? I can't help but think that if Babbers was white, and definitely if she was male, you would have apologized to Cooper and maybe created another position for him or found something else for your buddy. If it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, fix this so that there is not even the hint of racism and sexism, because that's what it looks like. And you have not shown me anything different. I am insulted. I am insulted as a Black woman seeing this decision made and not understanding in any sort of way the reasoning. Come to your right mind. Do the right thing. I believe a year from now, you'll be glad you reached a little higher.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Good evening. My name is Howard Griggs, and I live at 55 River Shores Court, Covington, Georgia. And I was just looking over these resumes myself. Matter of fact, I worked for the federal government 36 years, 8 months, and 10 days. I used to interview people. This lady here was way more qualified than this guy here. But some of you choose to ignore that. I listen to Ms. Sanders when she speaks. She's very educated. She's very resourceful. And I think you guys are scared of that. Besides, she's a female. You're scared of that too. Women are very loving. Give them a chance. Maybe you might learn something. I should say, if you get on this guy's coattail, you can take a ride. But you need to get on her skirt tail, and maybe you can get a ride. I was sitting here listening to what she was saying. She's very knowledgeable. What's the Mason over there? You vote every time you vote. You as a Democrat. You follow everything this gentleman here do. I remember when he came to Murray and said something about the redneck gonna jump out in me. Watch out, the redneck gonna do something. And I sat up there and thought about that. That reminded me when I was on a ship in the Navy. I was on the Black on that ship, and they used to talk about killing niggas and Mexicans. How you think that made me feel? And you running behind something like this, I said myself, ain't nobody gonna never do anything to Howard Griggs. I'd die and go to hell first. But you need to stand on your own 2 feet. You follow behind this guy. This guy here a little educated, but I like him better than this one.
Guys.
I told you, Commissioner, I'll be back to finish talking to you. My name is not important. This is the Examiner report. My brand is Under Threat Nation 5.0.
I'm actually.
And I'm going to talk to, no, don't interrupt me. This is my time, man. You're going to interrupt my time. I'm reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time. Let me have the floor.
Sir, can you state your name and your
I
address?
said that, Mr. Jackson.
Okay.
Under Threat Nation 5.0.
Yes, sir.
This is the Examiner report. And we're going to talk about some of the money that you're wasting and spending when the taxpayer property tax is skyrocketing. And I ask you to do something about it to save the taxpayer money. You haven't came up with a solution yet, have you? That tells us that you don't care about the taxpayer. Our taxes are skyrocketing here in Newton County. Okay, so we want to spend $430,000 on lights for a park. This is the people house that I'm standing in. And we know that this house is not in compliance with the ADA, America with Disability Act. This building is not in compliance with that act, okay? So maybe you can take some of that money and invest it in the people's house so they can have better lighting, better sound system, better cameras, so we can see who's hiding behind these prompters and these monitors. We can't even see y'all from back there. It's so dark and dimly lit. Put an LED light. They want to put them out down here in this park. We're asking you to do something about that. Then you challenged me a few weeks ago over at Murray Baptist Church about what is you doing with the ARPA fund money. And I kept saying you're giving it away to your special contributors, your donors. And tonight you proved that, $2.5 million you want to give away. That money belonged to the taxpayer of Newton County. Why not put that money back into the public and getting us tax breaks on our property? Fixing up our houses, our light, our rent. But no, you got your special donors that you want to give your money, this money to. That money belongs to us. And then I want to speak about the manager you just hired with no experience. Newton County residents, I want to come do open heart surgery on your family member. Newton County resident, I got a buddy of mine who smokes a little weed, but he still, I think he can put up to the challenge of flying the 747, take your family to California. But you're gonna still put somebody inexperienced in that manager seat who's running our county. That doesn't make sense. Why would you put inexperienced people in a seat that govern and play with the taxpayer money? What's in it for you, Mr. Edwards? What's in it for you, commissioners? Come on now. That money belongs to us. You're gonna put somebody inexperienced in that seat? Well, hey, I can go in that seat. I don't have, he got a little bit more experience than me, but hey, we both inexperienced, okay? This Commissioner Sanders invited you to get the most qualified person to sit in that seat. No. You gonna try to waste taxpayer money and tell him how to run the county. Come on, man. Don't waste our money, don't waste our tax dollars like this. Oh, that van you just gave away, remember I told you to work with the community?
Time's up, sir.
Somebody would have donated that van for you.
Thank you. Wow. Anyone else?
Just want to share a little bit of history. If people know the history of when the slave was brought over here from Africa, they didn't use the slave captain, the captain slave, they used another slave. So what I'm saying tonight, you know you have what you call a house Negro. And that's what we have here tonight. We have one, he don't care. But one thing, buddy, they're gonna throw you on the bus one day. And it's so, how do you sleep with yourself? Call yourself a minister of God. How do you sleep with yourself? You
Guys,
are an evil person.
Come on, guys.
And God gonna get you one way or the other. And he might not get you, but it might get your family.
Guys, listen.
So
we're not gonna.
So God bless you.
What we're not gonna do tonight, we're not going back and forth with each other. We're not gonna do that tonight. Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
Denise Williams, 1442, P.O. Box 1442, Covington, Georgia. I was here on April the 4th, and I presented to the board some documents, but I didn't go all the way thoroughly through the document because it was a 255-page document. So in the folder, you will find that as I went on, as I went on through the 255-page document, I see that Chairman Baines has he's the part owner of LATRAB with Stephanie Lindsay. He does business with the county. They presented invoices, and they were paid through Royalty Hauling. That was $2,167. And also with Royalty Hauling, they made $38,000, which that is him, his brother, and nephew business. And I also seen some of his family member cousins, they're on the vendor package as well. They made $32,000. So, Board of Commissioners, it's something wrong with this picture. It is something seriously wrong with this picture. I don't know what you all did from the last meeting with the attorney, but we need to see something. We need to see some substance here because this is over $300,000. So I'm asking this board to do an investigation on everybody on the board. You ain't got nothing to hide. Do an investigation on everybody because the document speaks for themselves. Thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Commissioner Epps?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to mention something that happened last weekend. There were 5 residents in my part of the county that were killed in a tragic car accident, and another one seriously injured, still in serious condition. And I just want to reiterate with our citizens that our population has gotten to the point to where we can no longer afford to not be careful. It was an absolute jarring experience to me to ride by that memorial, the memorial that's now on Highway 142, and to know that's within a couple miles of my home, and my kids travel that way. My wife, I travel that way. My wife. I believe we're reaching a point in this county where we should have on all county roads it should be a double yellow line. Now I don't know that's what happened in this particular scenario. I know it was raining, and I don't know exactly what happened, but we've got to slow down, and we're reaching a point where we got to make some changes in our driving habits, myself included. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Mason? Commissioner Sanders?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I had the opportunity to